I don't give a damn what anybody says. Those things are heavy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. The sun's out and so are the guns. We're going to be doing a little bit of work today. We spent the last couple of days clearing some land, putting in some T-post, working on their house a little bit, and then today we're going to be working a little bit more on some fencing. I wanted to show you the reason why I came up here. We were going to try to do a little bit of bartering with each other. I'm going to use my hard labor to help them out, and in return they had some brand new tires and rims that we were going to put on the Ford effing Ranger, and check that out, guys. Yes, sir. It went from 31s to 33s. I think they look absolutely good. Nice tread on them. Nice little off-road look to it. Got the old tires in the back of the truck with some other goodies that I'll be bringing back to South Texas. We're gonna be putting in some of these, I guess they're cattle panels. I don't know, I haven't really looked at them yet, but the reason we're gonna be doing this, it's too heavy for Danielle to be lifting while she's pregnant, so we're trying to get just a lot of things done so they can focus more on the house later on. And we're gonna be working on this stretch over here that divides their front yard where the animals are. I don't know why I keep doing this, but anyways, we're gonna go from that front post all the way back to the barn. I think it's roughly about a 200-foot stretch. I think Jason said those panels are about 20 foot long, so we'll be able to put those up, wired up to the fence. Probably gonna get some of the brush that we cut down and throw it over to the goats and stuff. I'll maybe show that in a little bit, but I wanted to show you, this is the reason why I said I wanted to come up here. I was gonna buy some tires initially, and it just so happens that they had these that didn't quite fit their 4Runner as good as they wanted it, and I said, shoot, I'll take them. I'll do a little bit of barter for them, and that's exactly what we did. I love the way it looks. We had to put some spacers on it, and then also had to cut out a little bit of the plastic on the front to make it fit, but it is not rub, and it rides really good. The speedometer is only off about 2 miles an hour, so it's not that much of a difference, and they're not noisy either, but overall I love the way it looks. Just a little truck, not much. It looks like a little sissy truck over there next to Jason's. He's got a freaking monster truck with 37s in the back and makes this thing look puny, but overall, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. I think it was well worth that. And I got a couple of other goodies in return as well. So anyways, once again, we're gonna be working on this section over here. Trying not to drive over here too much. Like I said, we were doing some mowing and weed eating on the Crocker channel. You have to check that out. I'm sure by the time this goes out, that'll already be out. But got this whole front section. This is probably about, excuse me, this whole front section all the way up to the wooded line back that way is probably about 3 acres. There's an additional 2 inside their front yard area, and then they have an additional 5 acres in the back that we checked out yesterday, which is pretty cool. They have a creek that runs through there, a lot of brush. In case you're wondering, we did get a couple of ticks on us, not as many as I thought we would, as much as we've been playing out in the bushes and stuff. But yeah, we'll be working on this fence line back there. Jason's working on clearing some lumber that was on top of the panels that we're gonna be using. There is a little pile of trash there. He's gonna have I believe a gentleman come out maybe this week or next week, and possibly have a claw that'll pick it up and get rid of that. But we did move a lot of the large timber that he had cut down a while back over there towards the sawmill. We may actually cut up a mantle for my house if we have enough time to do that. But it's cool coming out here. This pond over here, I'm not even showing you guys, I'm all pointing and not even showing y'all, but this little pond over here is pretty cool. It's about 7 foot deep, and then his ducks love it. He said he had 8 ducks. I only counted 4 or 5, and then I looked over there and there was a few swimming, but they absolutely love it. It looks cool. Kind of jealous I don't have a pond that's that big in my front yard, but it looks really cool with all these big oak trees out here. This fence is freaking tall. It's crazy. I was joking with them. So what are y'all trying to keep in there? Velociraptors or what? But anyways, let me come over here real quick. I'm filming with my phone. I didn't want to pull out the GoPro. I think this might actually come out a little better. There's absolutely hardly any wind today, so I don't have to have any microphones on. But what's up, guys? You're Tina and whatever your name is. I don't know your name. That's the pig right there. Oh my gosh, look how big she is. Come here, Big Bertha. Big Bertha, come here. What a heifer. comment down below, how much do you think that thing weighs? I weigh about $135, and this thing probably weighs about 6 times my size. What's up, girl? Big old hog. You said she's pregnant, right? So he'll be having a lot of pork, and then I don't know where the other one's way back there, the other pig. But here comes Lambo and hell, I don't remember what's the other one's name. Keep forgetting. Reba.
If that pig ain't pregnant,
freaking animals, my gosh.
If that pig ain't pregnant, then I don't know what that was coming out whenever breakfast got off.
What's up, Bubba? And then, like I said, he's got his other goats back that way. But yeah, don't mind the little pile of trash over. It's gonna be gone soon. But these are those panels that I was talking about right here.
Yeah.
20 foot long, pretty damn heavy according to you.
They're not heavy. They're not
heavy
like,
enough to where you don't want her lifting it.
And watch, look, just by myself, I can lift them.
It's just easier with.
When you got 20 foot and you're trying to do one side and then hook it on, and it ain't fun by yourself. So
it's easier with an extra pair of hands and an extra foot.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, like I said, I'm just gonna film on my camera today. Hopefully, it's not too terrible on the audio and video and all that good stuff. But hell, whenever my video is good anyway. So, anyways, I'm gonna put you guys down. I gotta go grab some gloves, and then we're gonna start moving these panels over. You want to do one at a time and put them against there, and then wire them up.
You gotta hook them together.
Okay.
As we go.
I haven't messed with this kind of fence yet. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. Might do a little bit of time lapse. Let's get to work. I need to pick it up.
But is there already a poles sticking in the end of these? Yeah, so that was previous. Yeah, we'll have to line them up. There's no real order. We're going to have to kind of figure it out.
Let's pick this up and put it against that tree, lean it in. Okay. And then
here, you grab it in the middle. Make it easy.
Oh, these are kind of heavy.
They got weight.
I mean, it's definitely.
You can just put it against the fence right here.
And
what is the end? That looks good. We'll use this one as the first one.
We're gonna lift it that way because this flat part's going that way.
Now, if you lift it straight up, this will be the top. We'll slide it right back.
Yeah.
And then just take it to the corner. Not the corner, but where the wood is.
Now to pass this pipe or?
I gotta see how it fits, really.
These are sticking out too right here.
Oh, there are on there?
Yeah, I just saw it. Dang it. So let's take this one down.
Hold on. Yeah, this one would be good.
So we'll take this one past that one. To where that tree is. So, I'll let you decide on this side how far.
Because in the front, I cut them and I welded it. But with it hitting the T-post, I don't know. So let's slide it down.
Something like that.
I think that'd work if I barely cut them at an angle and stuck it in there. Let's get it up against the fence. Actually, may not have to cut them.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
All right, so we got it down there where we want it, and I don't want it all the way on the ground, so I'm just gonna take little pieces of stick that we have to put it, and we're trying to keep this fence line about the same, which it's about an inch higher there.
A little bit higher.
So I'm gonna
What's up, Reba?
lift that fence, and then see how it'll go down like that to the top.
Yeah, right there.
Which is good, and it keeps it off the ground so it's not gonna rot.
Look at this freaking Jurassic Park fence.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't hold it past you guys to get some kind of prehistoric creature or something to add to this place.
never know what we'll get, and then we don't want anything getting out. Where did I do with that little piece of wire?
It's right there in front of you.
The little
In your
one?
shadow.
Which shadow, Jared?
Right between your legs on the shadow. Reach down, straight down. Right where you threw the thing.
And as of right now, I'm just taking baling wire to hook it on because I don't know the best route to hook this on yet. So this will work for now while Jared's here, and then I can hook it on better. The front we did clamps, but that was into wood post. So
we're both 6'2", and you can see that the fence is a little bit taller than him. So now realistically, those are what, that's about 6 foot?
6 foot. They were 8 foot T-post. They're in the ground.
Are you gonna go back and paint these? I'm not doing that, but
yes. But what we'll do is we'll get socks, dip your hand in paint, and just rub it on there. That way, you still see the fence behind it. But I mean, that's gonna make it look way nicer.
Yeah, a lot sturdier
Whole
too.
lot nicer. So we just gotta work our way down. It's gonna suck when we start hooking them together. That's part of it.
Yeah. Reba,
Reba, Las Vegas. All right, for now. So these pins are already in there. That's good. This one's good. This we'll have to add one. This we have double. I don't know if you can see this. So this up here has a pin already from the original one. This doesn't, so we have to have a pin, but this one has one on both sides. So we got to try to get this out. That one is not coming out. This one we'll try. So hold the fence, and I'm gonna try to. Hopefully it'll come out. If not,
where'd you get these panels from?
Some
Marketplace.
Well, I found them on there, but they were at a place that sells a bunch of fencing. Yeah. So now we can line up.
What are you doing in here?
Yeah.
And one on there too?
Yeah.
Do you have another one of those?
Yeah, I have a whole bucket. Let me grab one more.
Anyways, guys, this is going to get inserted into this hole, and then this one right here is going to get inserted in this hole.
Yeah, but then you have to line them up, and then we have to use a thing to bring them together.
Why can't we be friends?
And the front fence, before we had all that dirt, was about 3 feet high, so it was not easy. So we got to figure out which one will go in first. That matches. And then try to get this one. There you go. Which one's next? This one? There.
Do I need to lift up on this thing or just push it?
Installed the pins.
This one right here is
There.
not.
All right, so now we got it halfway.
We're halfway there.
You can use come-alongs, but these are just as good. And we're gonna hook that there. And then, yeah.
You got a little extra slack for me?
Yeah.
Foot?
Hold on. Cool. Alright. So now we'll.
Let me get it down here right
It don't matter. We'll pull that tight, and then these ratchets will pull them together. At least the top part. We'll probably have to do the bottom too.
The only kind of ratchet I like are women.
And then this one's going in there.
This one's going, but it's not yet. There it goes.
In there.
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, it's not really pulling those very good.
That one's a little bit stronger right there. Come on, Jason, use those little muscles of yours. If you'd spend more time in the gym working out instead of just walking around talking on your property, you'd be able to be a little stronger.
I don't make money in the gym. Dang it, Bobby.
If you weren't my son, I'd hug you.
I don't know if I can.
That's
get
King
it
of the Hill,
better.
by the way.
I wonder if we. I brought that hammer. Went hammer the other side.
Maybe. I guess since you filmed me doing all the work in your video,
Yeah, so
I'll
people will
film.
be crying. Everyone crying. Jared did all the work. Well, someone's got to film, and then I was doing stuff off camera. Calm down, y'all.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit excuses to me. Comment down below if you think he's full of shit. I do.
That's why people don't like me. You get them pinned against me, Jared.
Well, hell, in my defense, they don't like me either.
Well, go down there and see if it's doing anything.
Let's see.
I'm gonna do kind of a topic.
All right, we're gonna see. You got about an inch. You know all about that, don't you?
It might be going in a little bit. This is the hardest part.
Yeah. I promise, guys, I'm gonna put y'all down for time lapse here in a minute. We're gonna get all this done.
It's not moving at all.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it's gonna wear me out.
Well.
I'm gonna be able to swing this hammer for 2 seconds, Jared, so you better be quiet.
I can swing a hammer all night, if you know what I mean. All right, guys, enough of this bullshit. We're gonna put you down on time lapse and get this thing done. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Those things are heavy, and that would be very hard to do by yourself. You're wondering why we didn't do it with the tractor. Those pedals are 20 feet long.
How you gonna get between these trees?
Trying to get between trees. Damn, I'm out of shape.
I told y'all it's heavy.
But yeah, don't take anything I say serious either. When I'm poking fun at him, all I'm doing is making fun of the people that talk trash on videos. Nothing against him. He'll work circles around most of y'all.
All of y'all. Even you. I'm the hardest working Crocker around here.
Yeah, right.
Around here.
Wow, Danielle, you hear that?
She knows it.
But it was hard for me when I'm lifting them. It's not bad on my right side, but when I put all my weight on my left side, that's where it starts to get harder. So he was doing majority of the lift. I'm kind of just holding up a little bit in the back and kind of pushing and dragging it as well. But we got for sure half of it hooked in already, and then we're bringing this half down, hook them up. We'll go back in and finish completely hooking them up, and then
I needed to just make sure this barbed wire. I never hooked it on because I needed to make sure the top of these panels, so it went perfect with that.
But yeah, this should definitely hold them in, and very, very heavy duty fence. I don't know how much these things weigh, but I'm sure there's people saying, I did that by myself. Well, good freaking do for you.
But
that's the way I see it.
You're lying.
No, they might be able to do it, but I mean, just because somebody else can do something doesn't mean we can.
But
so.
also getting between trees and everything, that's hard to do.
I don't know. All I care about is if Danielle gets back out here, she's happy with all the progress. Like I said, it doesn't matter if anybody says anything negative. As long as she likes it, that's all that matters.
It's already going to be better.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish up this fence, and then we'll show you once we're done. All right, guys, we put up 10 panels. That was 200 feet of this fence that we put up. It's a lot better now, a lot more sturdy. You got old breakfast back there that likes to scratch against the fence, so at least this will hold him in a lot better, and they won't mess up his pretty new fence. He'll go back in later on, paint everything and finish that off. But one other thing checked off the list that Danielle wanted done. Once again, yesterday we did a whole bunch of mowing, and then I weed eated this whole section up here, probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 acres total, all the way back into the brush line. We left about 1 acre left inside the brush unfinished, but arms feel like jello, and it didn't help doing this right after. So it was a lot more physical than I was thinking. Like I said, it's just a little bit harder when I'm leaning on my left side, but we got it done. And that is would be very, very difficult for one person. And like I said, I don't care if somebody says they done it by themselves, easy. Good for you. I mean, my hat is off to you for being able to do that, but it's always easier with 2 sets of hands getting this done. And I'm sure you're glad knowing that it'll help hold the animals in a lot better.
Yeah, and Danielle don't have to do it, so I'll go back later and kind of fix the...
So I said you'll go back and paint it too.
So,
but yeah, I think what we're gonna do now, all those trees we cut down in the back, we'll probably take the tractor back there, cut up several limbs, throw them in the bucket, and then dump them over here for the animals to eat. And then I think I was telling Jason, there's just a couple of logs and stuff throughout the front yard that we can just go ahead and throw inside the bucket and dump back there in the wood pile. And we'll be done pretty much cleaning up this whole front area. It looks pretty much like a park now. Pretty nice looking.
Yeah.
They put in a lot of grass seed, which you see is starting to grow in over there. This section right here is where all the big pile of brush and stuff was. That I don't know if you said it was you that put it there or somebody else.
It was the guy that pulled all the stumps. He pulled the trees out and then just dumped them there.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks real nice out here now. I'm sure Danielle will be happy with all the progress. And
Yeah.
I had to earn those tires, and I think I've earned them. But the day's not over. Not sure what all we're gonna get done on the house. Like I said, my arms feel like jello. I'm sure yours do too. From
Yeah, you got to earn the lug nuts now.
That's not very safe what he's doing. That's
But
how you
I'm a
lose.
professional.
That's how you lose body parts. I want to try it now. Just kidding. But anyways, we're gonna go back there, cut up some of those limbs, bring them up here. I'll show you all the animals eating and stuff, and we're gonna see what else we can get into. Got all this mowed out here too, for the most part, which looks a lot better. Danielle can actually walk out here and not really have to worry about snakes as much. It'd be a little bit easier to see them. But what do y'all guys think? It looks a lot better in my opinion. And once again, there's all the T-posts we put in the other day. I guess he's gonna cut them and throw them over, and I'm gonna load them inside the bucket here. All right, change of plans. We're gonna go ahead and cut some fresh ones. There's still some trees right here need to be trimmed up, so I'll go ahead and put y'all down. He's gonna cut them and I'm gonna load them, so see if I can get this leveled out for y'all. Let's get to work. I'll just grab this piece right here. Should be plenty enough to give them a snack. Where's your safety glasses? Where are your chaps? Close my eyes. Oh, you take this bottom section over here and it should be pretty good. It's just a snack for them. I'm not trying to feed them all day with this.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Nothing beats free food. your muscles.
Well, it's green, and this is a dull machete.
All right, that's pretty much going to be today's video. When you're doing work every single day, your body gets wore out. Like I said, my arms are jello from yesterday's work, but
Yeah.
the goats and the cows are happy and the pigs are happy. And
I still gotta fix this,
Oh,
but
yeah.
this is what it looked like, spaced out. That's why I did it that way.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just that one strand down that way you need to lift
Yeah.
up. But
So
I mean, they're happy, and
it'll be good, especially once we paint this.
yeah. But yeah, once again, we got all the mowing and weed eating done yesterday, and
Yeah.
cleared more land and cleared brush, and we got this fence up. This was like I said, a little bit. It was heavier than I was thinking it was going to be, but like I said, if we were working on fresh rest, not working at all, it'd be a little bit easier. But
Well, especially trying to do something like this on your own,
Yeah.
it's just putting the pins together is a nightmare, and then trying to hold the fence up stuff. So two people, it helped. I would rather, if you could only have done one thing, was help with this more than that.
yeah, I knew we were going to be doing this. This was the main thing they said, or Danielle wanted done, was this fence because she couldn't really lift it. But then we, freaking mosquito or something. But then we went ahead and got all the T-posts and stuff in, which you can probably barely see back there because it's kind of blurry in the background. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, if you don't know who they are, it's the Crockers. You can go check them out.
Or Colby Ranch.
Yeah, you can subscribe to them too. They're pretty cool.
Or go to colbyranch.com. Get
And-
some goodies. You'll see.
Yeah, they got beef jerky, seasoning, barbecue sauce,
Hot
hot sauce,
Clothing.
clothing.
Merch.
Yeah, so
Good
hey,
looks.
leave me out of this. I'm talking about cold beer.
He got pictures of me on there.
Really?
No.
Oh. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I guess we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
I guess Jared earned them tires.
Shoot dang.